We have 5 characteristics in the way we work. I will try and to come here for the colleagues who just arrived. We have 5 characteristics in the way we work. 2 of them are similar to your national parliament, to the parliament in Bucharest, or if you come from somewhere else, to your national parliament. Namely, what happens here is not the real work. Okay, so the chamber is important. It's ceremonial. What matters here is the vote, but the real work happens in parliamentary committees. Okay, we have 20 parliamentary committees in the parliament. Every member belongs to 1 or 2 committees, and that's where all the real work will happen, because we have fewer members, on average 50 members per committee. They are usually experts in their field because they get to choose the committees that they would like to belong to, and they have a lot of time in the committee to fight and discuss and negotiate, etc. When the committee decides, they draft a report, they make amendments, they vote, but then they send everything to the chamber. They send everything to the plenary, and everyone votes again on this report. So the committee work is very important. And what is even more important, this is the second characteristic, is the political groups. Okay, we have 7 political groups in the parliament. You really must understand that since 1958 they don't sit by nationality, but they sit by political groups. And 50 years is a very long time. So for 50 years they have been sitting together, thinking, voting in ideological political family groups, and not by nationality. Okay, so if you take the members from a certain country, Romania, Greece, Sweden, Portugal, whatever, they very rarely would all vote for the same thing. Yes, of course the Romanian members are Romanian, of course they represent the interest of the Romanian voters who voted for them, but each of them will fight within their own ideological space. If we have, let's say, a huge Romanian national issue once a year, yes, maybe all the Romanian members will vote together. But on a regular basis, 95% of the time, the political groups are quite disciplined, and they are very important actors, because they set the agenda and they propose to their members how to vote. The members are free to vote what they like, but de facto, most of them belong to political groups, and de facto they follow the advice of their political groups. So political groups, just like in your parliament, the parties run the show. Here, the 7 political groups run the show, and they are really very, very important. Now we have, and I will finish with this quick introduction, we have 3 differences from national parliaments. One difference is in the size. There are today 736 members. It's the biggest parliament in Europe, and we are probably going to become a bit bigger, maybe in a year or so, because the Treaty of Lisbon foresees 751 for the European Parliament. This is regardless of who joins afterwards. Croatia, Iceland, Turkey, whoever is coming down the line, the total stays the same, and the older member states lose some seats for the new member states. So it's a large population of members. This is different, and we have to adjust to this logistically. The second difference is that we work in all the official languages. You see around the glass the 23 cabins. On the bottom floor we have the 11 languages of the EU 15. Then we added the 9 languages in 2004, and of course we added Bulgarian, Romanian in 2007, and also Gaelic. So these are the 23 official languages. It means that any member can go to any meeting, speak their own language. They can draft any report in their own language. They can even make amendments to other people's reports in their own language. It's very costly, it's true, it takes up a lot of personnel and a lot of time, but it's a very, very basic principle of democracy that if we are making laws for citizens, they must have access at all stages of, if it's the proposal, the first reading, the final, whatever it is, the debate in committee, in plenary, it's there in all the languages. And this obviously has a lot of logistical repercussions. The last difference we have from other parliaments, and I will finish, is related to our seats. You are here in Brussels. Most of the work takes place here in Brussels, but the official seat of Parliament is in Strasbourg, in France. We go there 1 week every month for the main plenary session, and I would say we spend the remaining 3 weeks here, 1 week for committees, 1 week for political group meetings, and 1 week for a smaller plenary session that takes place in this room. And the third seat is actually Luxembourg, so we are 5,000 officials in the Parliament, half of them are based in Luxembourg. So we have quite a challenging system of 3 cities in 3 countries, but 1 institution. A lot of people criticize the Parliament for this, and it's a bit ironic because the Parliament has no power to change the system. The Council must unanimously decide to change the seats. What is true, though, is that Parliament has politically many times repeated to the Council, please give us one seat. This is the official position of the European Parliament, taken by both the previous mandates. So this also makes us different from other parliaments.